This is the frame I'm going to be building up. It's from 2001. I've got the logbook. I was going to paint it, but the paint's not that bad. This is just comfort to you. Got the steering bearing. That's a part I already have, what I got with one of the other bikes. These clocks delivered today as well, which are from the electric start model. And I've got this petrol tank as well to go on. There's a rear shock as well there to go on. I've got a big one exhaust in there, which I'm taking the rust off. I've got the deck pipe, which is down there as well. I've already cleaned this casing. I'll just let them both dry off. I'll go and get the clutch case. Use a toothbrush, you can get in everywhere. And that's that side all brushed down. Just going to tip some water on it. I'll be sanding them down tomorrow. I'll just put all these casings down to dry. And this is the first case all prepped. And that's this one all masked off as well. Peel all the paper off. And the kickstart shaft come today. It's in here somewhere, it's in there. And this chain sliders come as well. And that's them all painted now. And the bottom yokes are being painted as well. And I've got them two hand guards to go on as well. And there's a set of brake pads there. I've got another set somewhere. I'm going to put that runner onto there. And that's the airbox. Front cover all restored now. Had these top yokes delivered this morning. I think I gave £9 for them off eBay. And that's the top yokes on. These grips I'm putting on were delivered yesterday, and you get 2 free dust caps come today as 4 packages. I think one of them is my nuts and bolts. Oh. Bolts. And now that all me Allen bolts have come for the engine, I can start rebuilding it today. And that's it all there with the cases painted. Then I'm gonna see how good it restores now. And that's the panel now since I've sanded it and restored it. And then these have come to be some Affina gaskets. And I've put all the switches on. I've rigged some of them up just so I can see where they go to, because I've put the harness on. I'm going to put the engine into gear where I've built it up and then start rigging stuff up. You've got your horn, you've got your coil on, got your temperature on for the top of the head. These are the power valve servo, got your diode. Oh, and if you are putting the electric start harness into the old frame, the new electric start ones have got the oil bottle on the back, so the connector is, that connector has got to join up with this connector, so it's from there to here. You've got to make a wire, 3 wires from that one to this one. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to cut the wires here, join the wires onto this plug, and then plug the plug into there. These bars are just done, they're too small. The clutch cable wouldn't fit. That clutch lever, I've just found it, that's to be painted up. But it's got the cable on, so I put it on, rigged it up. I've got the front roll for the headlight and stuff. Allen bolt for the front engine bolt. And I've got that battery case of a electric start one. And it's got that starter switch on. It's just bolted on. So I'm going to put one of those onto that part of this case. And I'm going to be routing this cable down the other side as well. And I've got this wheel, it was all rusty, it still is, but I just went over it with 2000 grit sandpaper. It took most of it off, just I couldn't get in the groove. And put a new spacer there as well. I'm going to put this on. I'm just going to put a rough back wheel on, just so I can get the bike stood up, because I haven't got a back wheel yet, but that front wheel's good. And now the engine's all rebuilt. I've done all it here with the feeder gaskets in. I'm going to put this into the frame now. And that's the engine in now. And I've got that battery case of a Gilera, and the coil's new, so I'm going to just put that coil on. Just remember, if you're putting your coil on and you've had your frame painted, remember to scrape the paint off both mounts, just so you get a good earth on your coil. And this is the barrel and head I'm putting on. I've took the thermostat out because I'm going to check it now. I've got a power valve to put in as well. And this is the thermostat. You just heat your kettle up, put it into some hot water, and this here should open just to let the coolant through. This comes down as well, this bottom part. I'll put it in the thingy anyway. And it's working okay. As you can see, this part's come out and it's opened that part down there. See, this part's open, so it means it's working off the hot water. This will probably go back in now that it's cooled down. Let's see it up there. And that's the power valve in. I've got that ring to put onto there. This is all clean and painted. When you put your power valve bolt in, just remember it doesn't go all the way in, it's lifted up a couple of mil, just so you don't snap your bolt. And now we're going to put the piston in. It's just a standard 56 mil piston. And just oil both rings before you put them in the piston. Then when the rings are nipped up like that, they nip over the notch like that. Just move it around a bit. So it's all flush like that, so it can slide into the barrel. But you can, when you put it in, if you nip them, you can get your fingers in there in the skirt to keep the rings pushed in, and then it just slides in. And we're going to put the piston in, put the barrel on the bike now, and I'm fitting the barrel on from this side, so the piston will be that way. So it's good to put your circlip in this end and put your pin in this end. Then you can put your piston in, and then when you put your barrel in the frame, you've just got to push your pin through the conrod, and then that circlip's already in. You've only got to put this one in. It's like that with that side in. Just oil your pin up as well, so it's like that. So you can, once it's lined up with the little end in the conrod, you can just push it straight through and then fit your circlip on this side. And then when you go to fit your last circlip, make sure you put a rag in here so the circlip doesn't drop in the bottom end. And now I'm fitting the cylinder head and the head gasket. And just remember, you've got up there, up faces towards you when you put the head gasket on. And I've fitted the CDI unit on. All the harnesses up into place and rigged up, most of it anyway. There's parts here onto the battery case now. I've got another one from a harness upstairs. I'm going to take that red wire off and put it onto here, and then rig the start up to the other one. Horn, I've got to find a horn. There's the headlight, there's the clocks and indicators. There's a backlight. I've still got to rig that one up to that one for the oil, but I'm not going to bother until I get it ordered. There's a servo motor plug, but I'm just going to pin the valve. And I've just put the battery on now. Earth that down to the engine. And I've got the earth off the harness. I'll be taking that bolt out the exhaust, which I'm going to use one of them. It just goes on. Now when you tighten it up, it nips. And that's the stood out the exhaust now. I'm going to put two in off an old barrel. I've put the pipe on. I've got the coolant pipe on as well. I've got a stator there. I'm going to put into this just an old casing just to see if I can get a spark. I think what else? I've got a carb to go on. I've just got to clean it up on that. I've put the front sprocket on, which is off a Gilera. I've just got that delivered. The front, the cup for the bearing and the in the front fork, because there's no one on. And that's the two studs in now. The harness had it rigged up wrong, so I found out what it was. I had the wire coming from the battery onto that one, which is wrong. It should be that one. So if you're ever doing this, I might help people. Make sure you put the battery one on that side. It has got letters on the inside of there. It's like it says B or M or something like that. Well, I don't really know much about the electric start harnesses. I'm not good with electrics. But anyway, just remember to put that on there, and you start the motor onto this one. That's the starter motor there, but it's off a Gilera with the different terminal. So I'm going to have to put a different terminal on there, but it doesn't matter because I fitted a kickstart. And the reason why I wasn't getting the spark as well is this. So if you're ever doing a DTR harness, so you've got a DTR electric start harness, so you've got a DTR-E, what you've bought as a project, and you can't get a spark. It's that black wire there with the black and white wire. That's the plug. It is on this harness. That bike there's got the electric start harness in like this, but that starts up without that plug in there. So I'm not too sure, but I'll show the spark. That's the spark now, which is good. Then if you unplug that, it doesn't spark. that one goes to your front for your clutch. Just join that together, because I remember you've got to pull the clutch in to start these. Put the power valve case on and the pulley and that. If you want to rig your power valve up to full power, you want the... So the power valve looks like that. I know that's a tiny lip, but you want that smooth. So this, if you rub your finger and it's all flush, that's maybe a 1mm lip, but it doesn't matter. So all you do is you put something through the top of there into the hole behind it, just to keep this black thing still, and disconnect your servo motor. And I've put the exhaust on now. Just put that old tank on. It's got a little bit petrol in. Just gonna see if it fires up. Just if it does fire up, then I can definitely know I can just build everything up. So that's good, it all starts up and works good now. I'll start putting it back together now.